grab yourself a drink. You deserve it. Hello, Savvy. How you going? Oh, how? Still going indeed. Um,
How are you? Hey, jag finns det bara... Ja. Which one did you say? Cool. Yeah. Godspeed.
Yo, welcome in, Eliza. How you going? How's your sleep? Awful? I'm glad to hear it. I jest. Woke up midway. Imagine it's pretty hot. Are you in the wet hot season or the dry hot season? Oopsies. Give the shout out for Eliza. Oh yeah, both of you are Filipino. Huzzah. Cold. I don't know it ever got cold in the Philippines. It's not so hot season. That being said, it's still hot for you. It's definitely hot for... Oh, wait, no. 26 to 29. What do you mean hot for me? Savvy, I'm from Australia. It was 43 when I got off the plane the other day. Yes, I personally don't like 26 to 29, but that's not necessarily too hot. That's kind of just mildly hot. Mildly warm. What happened to the onion? There it is. Oh, for my preference, yeah. Yes. Uncomfortable for my preference, that's for sure. I don't understand how people can actually enjoy the heat. Can't enjoy the cold. I'm too dang old. My joint starts to hurt if it's below 23C. Okay, Grandpa. I'm not gonna lie, my joints hurt in the cold as well. My lurk will pick up kiddo from school. Good luck. Oh, you noticed. Yes. I got the haircut on, oh jeez, like, sometime last week, I think? I don't remember the exact day. I guess I've had it for about a week now. I'm back to the short stock standard.
That did not go well.
What didn't go well? The glass of water?
No, the fucking bike.
Oh?
First of all, chain keeps falling off.
Oh shit, needs a tightening.
Yeah, and then trying to get on the app, I was like, I'll just do a couple round Brunswick. You need a fucking helmet. You need to like verify your helmet.
Fuck.
Fuck's sake, I'm gonna go like that.
Oh, hello, Sakura. Indeed.
Fuming, mate.
I like for real this time. Good luck, Savvy. Unfortunately, I think this haircut's kind of revealed my poor posture. Kind of sad to see the luscious locks gone. Me too, sort of. They were only luscious sometimes. Like, the bottom was nice, but it was always the top that looked shit. And, yeah, it took so much work to make it look good, and it only kind of looked good, that it was just... I just kind of got not fond of it. Finally decided, because there's one picture of me that I don't detest, and it was me with the short hair. And so I went, fuck it. I need to go back to that short hair. This particular cut, or close enough to this cut. Shit. Alright. I've come to a realization. I forgot that my chicken breast was one large chunk when it should be two. So, I'm going to have to cut it in half while holding it over the bowl. Like a fucking Neanderthal. That actually worked pretty well, all things considered. Arguably a better cut than when I do it on the board. Watching you cut this chicken is painful. Well, I'm glad I didn't actually get cut while cutting the chicken, because that would have very been painful. Also, I must recommend, if you're ever doing chicken with raw hands, make sure you don't have any of those weird like fingernail skin peel things, because it starts to burn and it's not pleasant. I've now cleaned and put away my knife, so I guess we're doing this by hand. Is it really the best I have? Surely I have a bigger one somewhere. It's still got the price tag on. No one's taking that off. Nope, that's it. Oh wait, here it is. I knew there was a different one. I mean, it's about the same size, it doesn't matter. Probably a bit cleaner though, because I just washed it earlier. Oh, but it's a metal handle, so it's gonna burn. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. I'm hungry. Grab yourself a drink. You deserve it. How fun is this, guys? We gotta watch the corn cook. Yay! You guys want me to... Yeah, okay. We're partway through Mythos by Stephen Fry. Partway is in, like, we're still pretty close to the beginning. My brother got this for me for Christmas. Food of the gods. Perhaps it was more than just temper and impatience that caused Zeus to punish Melissa, whose honey really was quite marvellously delicious, with such severity. Perhaps it had been policy. The whole assembled world of immortals was there to witness the moment. It had been a lesson for them in the implacability of the king of the gods. The silence that now fell on the wedding feast was as dark and forbidding as the storm clouds that had massed earlier. Zeus raised the amphora of honey high above his head. For my queen and my beloved wife, I bless this amphora. It shall never empty. Eternally shall it feed us. Whosoever tastes its honey shall never grow old or die. It shall be the food of the gods, and, when mixed with the juice of fruits, it shall be the drink of the gods. A great cheer went up. Doves flew overhead. The clouds and the silence were dispelled. The muses Calliope, Euterpe, and Terpsichore. I apologize for the butchering of the Greek pronunciations. I'm still trying to work them out myself. Where was I? Terpsichore. Terpsichore or Terpsichore? Because they often hard pronounce the E on the end. Even, like, Athena. Normally, her name is Romanized? I know Romanization in terms of Japanese to the English transliteration of the Japanese. I guess transliterated would be a fitting term for it. Yeah, Athena is often transliterated to have an A on the end, but in the version of the Odyssey that I read, it was transliterated to have an E, but still pronounced as a. So it was Athena with the E, as opposed to Athena with the A, but it's still like a hard vowel. If you throw a myth away, does it become mythost? Like tossed? Yes. Welcome in, Jax. How you going? The muses Calliope, Euterpe, and Terpsichore stepped forward and clapped their hands. Music played, hymns of praise were sung, and the dancing began. Many plates were broken in ecstasy. a tradition that is carried on to this day wherever Greeks gather to eat, celebrate, and earn tourist money. The Greek for immortal is ambrotos, and immortality itself is ambrosia, which became the name of the specially blessed honey. Its fermented drinkable form, a kind of mead, they called nectar in honor of the flowers whose sweet gift it was. Bad Zeus. Hera's cup was running over, literally at the moment, for an attentive naiad was filling her goblet with nectar up to and over the brim, but figuratively too. Her oldest son had made a brilliant marriage, and Zeus had sworn oaths of fidelity and fealty. Okay, so yeah, to catch you guys up, we're currently in the third order, which is, we've had the original concepts, then we've had the Titans, where Kronos overthrew Uranus, and then we're now in the Age of the Gods, the Olympians to be clear. And where we're currently at, Hephaestus, the eldest of Zeus and Hera's kids. Hera hated him when he was born and tossed him off the mountain because he was ugly. And so, he kind of lived in exile, grew up learning blacksmithing with I believe it was with the Cyclopses, the three Brontes, and the other two, I don't remember their names, but they're the guys that forged Zeus's thunderbolt. So Ares and oh god, what's her name? Goddess of love. Starts with a P. Venus. I can actually help with pronouncing that one because I live in Calliope. No, I know Calliope. That one's a given. I'm thinking more the Terpsichore. No, not Persephone. No, Goddess of Love. Hey Google, who's the Goddess of Love? The Greek Goddess of Love.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite does not start with a P at all.
Is an ancient Greek goddess associated with love.
Alright, Google,
lust,
stop.
Beauty.
Hey Google, stop. Yes, Aphrodite, not a P. So Aphrodite and Ares are in love, and they wanted to get together, but I can't remember why they didn't. I think. Oh no, yeah, that's right. So yeah, they were going to get married, because Zeus and Hera, although they were together, they hadn't gotten married because marriage hadn't been a thing. So they were going to do Zeus and Hera getting married as well as Aphrodite and Ares getting married at the same time. It was going to be like a big celebratory thing. But then Golden Throne arrived, addressed to Hera as like a wedding gift, and she sat in it, and it locked her in place. And none of the gods, no matter what they tried, could break her free. And so Zeus said, whoever can break Hera free from the chair can marry Aphrodite. And then, Hephaestus comes up. And he doesn't care about marrying Aphrodite. He just wanted to kind of humiliate Hera because she was a bitch to him when he was born. So he frees her. And then, just now, Hephaestus and Aphrodite got married. And Zeus and Hera got married as well. So that's why Hera's kind of annoyed, just in general. Her oldest son had made a brilliant marriage, and Zeus had sworn oaths of fidelity and fealty to her before all who mattered in the world. She did not notice that, even now, her insatiable lord was watching with lustful eyes the dancing of Leto, a most beautiful nymph from the island of Kos. Spelt with a K in this case, and then a note. Or Kos with a C, only the type of Romaine lettuce that bears its name and is one of the essential ingredients of a Caesar salad. Huh. There you go. Kos lettuce comes from Kos in Greece. Leto was a daughter of the Titans Phoebe and Coeus, themselves grateful recipients of Zeus's recent amnesty and present at the feast. So yeah, the gods had fought with the Titans for 10 years in the Titanomachy. Yeah, I think is how it's pronounced. And then the gods came out victorious. But some Titans fought on the side of the gods, and some didn't do much fighting, so they were kind of, parting. It wasn't all Titans. A voice murmured in Zeus's ear, "You are thinking that my cousin Leto owes you her life and should therefore be willing to share her bed with you." Zeus looked up into the wise, humorous eyes of his tutor, Metis, the Oceanid, whose wit, guile, and insight were unmatched anywhere. Metis, whom he still loved and who he was sure loved him. His blood, already warmed by nectar and ambrosia, had been heated further by the dancing and the music. Actually, the gods did not have blood in their veins, but a beautiful silvery gold liquid called ichor. It was a paradoxical fluid because, while it retained all the eternal life-giving qualities of ambrosia and nectar, it was lethally and instantaneously poisonous to mortals. The spark that had always jumped between him and Metis threatened to burst into a great fire. She saw this and raised a hand. "Never, Zeus, never. I have been like a mother to you. Besides, this is your wedding day. Are you lost to all sense of decency?" All sense of decency was exactly what Zeus was lost to. He touched Metis under the table. "Oh, Jesus. Come on, Zeus." Alarmed, she moved away. Zeus got up and followed her. She quickened her pace, turned a corner, and darted down the mountainside. So I should clarify, you're probably telling by the style of it. This is done as a collection of all the stories, like the Greek myths kind of lined up in order, but then written like it's just a story of it happening. So it's got, it's done by Stephen Fry. It's got his, more light-hearted twist to it all. But it should, as far as I'm aware, be fairly accurate in terms of the actual Greek stories. Zeus ran in pursuit, transforming himself first into a bull, then a bear, next a lion, and then an eagle. Metis hid behind a pile of boulders deep in a cave, but Zeus, turning himself into a snake, managed to slither through a gap in the rocks and wrap his coils around her. Metis had always loved Zeus, and, both worn down and touched by his persistence, she finally consented. Bro, this is his wedding night. He's such a piece of shit. I fucking hate Zeus. Everyone was, hyping him up when he was younger, because he was, he was the chosen one, essentially. But he's such a piece of shit. Yet even as they came together, something bothered Zeus. A prophecy he had heard from Phoebe. Something about a child of Metis rising to overcome the father. Afterwards, as playful pillow talk, they fell into a conversation on the subject of transformations, metamorphoses as they are called in Greek. How a god or titan might be able to turn others or themselves into animals, plants, and even solid objects, just as Zeus had done as he had chased Metis. She congratulated him on his skill at this art. "Yes," said Zeus with some self-satisfaction. "I pursued you as bull, bear, lion, and eagle, but it was as a snake that I captured you. You have a reputation for cunning and guile, Metis, but I outsmarted you, admit it." "Oh, I'm sure I could have beaten you. Why, if I had turned myself into a fly, you could never have caught me, could you?" Zeus laughed. "You think not? How little you know me." "Go on then," Metis taunted. "Catch me now." With a buzz and whiz, she turned into a fly and darted about the cave. In a twinkle, Zeus transformed himself into a lizard, and with a quick flick of a long, sticky tongue, Metis, along with any possible child of Zeus's that even now might be forming in her womb, had been safely transferred to his interior. His father Kronos' unkind habit of eating anyone prophesied to conquer him seemed to have been passed down to Zeus. Bro just fucking ate her. Ugh. When he slipped back to Olympus in his own shape, congratulating himself at how much cleverer than the supposedly cunning Metis he was, the music and dancing were in full swing, and his wife didn't seem to have noticed a thing. I reckon this corn's getting nearly done, so we might swap out for the next thing that needs cooking. Yo, Wes? Damn. I guess it's the, I don't know, Teflon or something, but that kind of smells pretty shit. I like how I said, let's swap it out, and then immediately got distracted. Ah, fuck it, that's good enough. I'm smelling the carcinogens and they're very unpleasant, so... Chicken. Oh boy. This one's going to be loud for a moment. Actually, not that bad. So I guess we're once again just waiting, so well, let's get back to reading, shall we? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna need the charger. Oh, my apologies for the sound. I didn't realize I was bashing the mic. Alright. Yo, what? Oh, this thing's dead. That'll do it. There we go. The mother of all migraines. The king of the gods had a headache. Not a hangover from the wedding feast, nor a headache in the sense of an annoying problem that needed solving. As a leader, he always had plenty of those. But a headache in the sense of a real ache in the head. And what an ache. Each day the pain grew until Zeus was in the most acute, searing, blinding, pounding agony that had ever been suffered in the history of anything. Gods may be immune from death, aging, and many of the other horrors that afflict and affright mortals, but they are not immune from pain. Zeus's roars, howls, and screams filled the valleys, canyons, and caves of mainland Greece. They rang around the grottos, cliffs, and coves of the islands until the world wondered if the Hecatoncheires had come up from Tartarus and the Titanomachy had started all over again. Zeus's brothers, sisters, and other family members clustered concernedly about him on the seashore, where they had found him begging his nephew Triton, Poseidon's eldest, to drown him in seawater. Triton declined to do any such thing, so everyone racked their brains and tried to think of another solution, while poor Zeus stamped and yelled in torment, squeezing his head in his hand as he was trying to crush it. Then Prometheus, Zeus's favorite young titan, came up with an idea which he whispered to Hephaestus, who nodded eagerly before limping back to his smithy as fast as his imperfect legs could carry him. What was happening inside Zeus's head was rather interesting. It was no wonder that he was suffering such excruciating pain, for crafty Metis was hard at work inside his skull, smelting, firing, and hammering out armor and weaponry. Dude, I'm struggling to speak. This is fucking difficult. There was enough iron and other minerals, rare earths, and trace elements in the god's varied, healthy, and balanced diet to allow it to find in his blood and bones all the ingredients, all the ores and compounds she needed. Hephaestus, who would have approved of her rudimentary but effective metalworking, returned to the crowded beach carrying a huge axe, double-bladed in the Minoan style. Prometheus now persuaded Zeus that the only way to alleviate his agony was to take his hands away from his trembles, kneel down, and have faith. Zeus muttered something about the trouble with being the king of the gods was that there were no one hired to pray to, but he dropped obediently to his knees and awaited his fate. Hephaestus spat cheerfully and confidently on his hands, gripped the thick wooden hearth, then, as the hushed crowd looked on, brought it down in one swift, swinging movement clean through the very center of Zeus's skull, splitting it neatly in two. There was a terrible silence as everyone stared in stunned horror. The stunned horror turned to wild disbelief, and the wild disbelief to bewildered amazement as they now witnessed, rising up from inside Zeus's open head, the tip of a spear. It was followed by the topmost plumes of a russet crest. The onlookers held their breath as slowly there arose into view a female figure dressed in full armor. Zeus lowered his head, whether in pain, relief, submission, or sheer awe, nobody could be certain. And, as if his bowed head had been a ramp or gangway let down for her convenience, the glorious being stepped calmly onto the sand and turned to face him. Equipped with plated armor, shield, spear, and plumed helmet, she gazed at her father with eyes of a matchless, wonderful grey. A grey that seemed to radiate one quality above all others, infinite wisdom. From one of the pines that fringed the shoreline, an owl flew out and perched on the shining she-warrior's shoulder. From the dunes, an emerald and amethyst snake slid forward and coiled itself about her feet. With a slightly unpleasant slurping sound, Zeus's head closed up its wound and healed itself. It was clear at once to all present that this new goddess was endowed with levels of power and personality that raised her above all the immortals. Even Hera, who realized that the newcomer could only be the issue of an adulterous affair that must have taken place very close to her wedding date, was nearly tempted to bend her knee. Zeus gazed at the daughter who had caused him so much pain and smiled a warm smile. A name came to him and he spoke it. Athena. Father, she said, smiling gently in return. And now we flip the chicken. I don't have any flipping tools. What happened to my fork? Here it is. Whoa, that's looking good. The drier it gets in the inside, the better it is for me. I love myself dried chicken. I'm not even being sarcastic. I don't understand why people like wet chicken. Athena. The qualities that Athena, also Athena with the E, there doesn't seem to be any shade of meaning attached to the variant spelling, embodied were ones that would become the paramount virtues and accomplishments of the great city-state that would bear her name, Athens. Wisdom and insight were inherited from her mother, Metis. Handicraft, warcraft, and statecraft were hers. Law and justice, too. She took a share in what had been uniquely Aphrodite's domains of love and beauty. Athena's kind of beauty was expressed in aesthetics, in the apprehension of its ideal in art, representation, thought, and character, rather than in the more physical, obvious, and perhaps superficial kinds that would always be the business of Aphrodite. The love that Athena stood for had a less heated and physical emphasis too. It was the kind that would later become known as Platonic. The Athenians were to prize these attributes of Athena above all others, just as they prized her, their patroness, over all existing mortals. I say existing, for, as we shall discover, two other Olympian deities, as yet unborn, would soon play their part in defining what it was to be an Athenian and a Greek. In later years, Athena and Poseidon would vie for the special patronage of the city of Cecropia. He struck his trident into the high rock on which they stood and produced a spring of seawater. An impressive trick, but its saltiness rendered it more or less useless as anything more than a picturesque public fountain. Athena's simple gift was the first olive tree. The citizens of Cecropia, in their wisdom, saw the manifold benefits of its fruit, oil, and wood, and chose her as their presiding deity and protectress, changing the name of their city to Athens in her honor. Sea power, and the trade that it allowed, was to be the saving of Athens. It won them a startling victory over the Persians at Salamis. But the cultivation of the olive and the other crafts, arts, and techniques that were the domain of Athena were arguably of even greater importance. In Rome, she was worshipped as Minerva, but without really that special personal connection that the Greeks felt for her. Her favoured animals were the owl, that dignified symbol of watchful wisdom, and the serpent, in which guise her father had won her mother. The olive tree, whose soft and versatile fruit proved to be such a blessing to Greece, was sacred to her also. Besides her armour, Athena was always depicted with an aegis. No one is quite agreed as to precisely what an aegis looked like. It is sometimes described as an animal skin, originally goat, aegis is the word for goat in Greek, though pelts of lion or leopard can later be seen in sculpture and ceramic representations. Zeus's aegis is generally held to have been a shield, perhaps covered with goat skin and often showing the face of a Gorgon. Human kings and emperors keen to suggest semi-divine status would throw an aegis over their shoulders as a mark of their right to rule. The word these days suggests a badge of leadership or authority. Acts are performed and proclamations made under the aegis of such and such a person, principle, or institution. The apparent gentleness of those grey eyes belied a new kind of ideal, one which combined physical power with strength of character and strength of mind. It was not wise to anger her. Besides, if you crossed Athena, you crossed Zeus. He was besotted with his daughter, and she could do no wrong in his eyes. Ares, his least favourite child, made an interesting contrast to his new half-sister. They were both gods of war, but Athena's interest lay in planning, tactics, strategy, and the intelligent art of war, while Ares was a god of battles, combat, and all forms of fighting. He understood only violence, force, aggression, conquest, and coercion. It is distressing but essential to recognize that neither was as powerful when not allied with the other. Athena was often given the full name Pallas, and as Pallas Athena she protected her city Athens. The symbol of her guardianship is called the Palladium, a word that has somehow found its way into the naming of theatres as well as giving us the element PD. The original Pallas was a daughter of the sea god Triton and a dear childhood friend of Athena's. They would play semi-serious war games together. On one occasion, when Pallas was winning against Athena, Zeus, ever watchful and protective of his darling, intervened, and setting one of his thunderbolts to stun, knocked Pallas unconscious. Athena, in the heat of the moment, administered the coup de grace and killed her friend. Forever after she bore Pallas's name as a sorrowful token of her enduring affection and remorse. Athena, like Demeter, remained untouched by man. Parthenos, the Greek word for virgin, was often attached to her name, hence the Parthenon, her temple on the Acropolis. Her childless single life and a youthful relationship with Pallas have led some to maintain that she should stand as a symbol of feminine same-sex love. I guess I'll let it sit for a bit and then I'll rip it apart. I feel like shredded's going to be the best. I'm just going to quickly wash up these bowls just so that I've got less to deal with. Maybe I'll put away the dishes as well. There's a bit there. Might as well tidy up just in general. Have you guys ever seen the show Chaos? Spelled with a K, K-A-O-S. I don't remember what streaming service it's on. Oh, it's on Netflix actually. But it's really good. It's basically Greek myth, particularly Orpheus and Eurydice, I believe, are their names. But yeah, it's set in modern day, and it's just really well done. It's Jeff Goldblum is Zeus in that, and he does it really well. Yeah. Unfortunately, season 2 got canned for no particular fucking reason. But season 1 is very good watch. Oh my god, that chicken is good. If my haircut were a bit more straight, I'd have like the full squire chop. What do you think? Yeah. Alright, these are probably done. I'm not looking forward to transferring this over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ow. Burning my fingers. Right. Now that's safely out of the way. It says brush them with oil, but I don't have a brush and that's a hassle, so I'm just going to, plonk them down one at a time for a few seconds. I should tear up the chicken while I'm at it so that I can divide. Not quite as tear-upable as I'd hoped, but still coming pretty nicely. My apologies for that sound effect. I kind of need the plate, so I might just offload it onto the chopping board. Sorry, Mr. Chopping Board. Have you ever tried not using HelloFresh? What do you mean? I have eaten meals that are not HelloFresh, yes. I only cook 5 nights a week. The 2 other nights I don't eat HelloFresh. Could you please clarify? Do you mean like another meal subscription service? I have not used another service that delivers meals. My housemates have. I don't remember what it was called. It was... Oh, it's no longer on the fridge. They had a thing on the fridge. Hold on. It was called Quite Like. Kind of more like not using HelloFresh and cook with what you have. Well, yes, of course. The reason I'm doing HelloFresh is because I don't like doing that. I used to, go out and actually buy ingredients myself and do my own meals. But I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy finding the meals. I don't enjoy acquiring the recipes, the ingredients. I don't enjoy, never having the right ingredients, mostly. Damn, that chicken is good. I've got to stop eating it, it's too nice. Yeah, I like the simplicity of, 5 meals. I don't have to worry about what they are. I don't have to worry about acquiring the ingredients. I don't have to worry about proportioning the ingredients, because that's another thing I dislike. And I guess, depending on what it is, for bakery goods like flour and sugar and stuff, it's nice to have excess just randomly in the cupboard. But when it's like, meats and veggies, if I have leftover uncooked, unused ingredients, that's just a hassle. That's just in the fridge, in the way. Very annoying. This is just like, I get perfectly proportioned ingredients. Very occasionally I'll have extra stuff, and I just give it to my housemates. Grab yourself a drink. You deserve it. I just eat out way too often, I guess. Yeah, see, I don't have a job, so I can't. If I had a job, I fear I might eat out more often. Because, I don't know, man. I've done the calculations. I don't remember what it's called, but there's this, psychological thing that people do where, say you've got, like, your finances sectioned into different things, like bills and rent, groceries, leisure stuff, whatever. If you have a certain amount of money, and then you budget for that, that's just kind of how you're living. If you then, start making more at work, you think, oh, well, now I've got this excess on top that I can do with what I will. No. Just naturally, people constantly do this. You'll adjust how much you're spending in the rest of them so that proportionally they're all pretty much the same. You're just spending a little bit more in certain places, like you're eating at slightly nicer restaurants or getting a bit more food or, buying a more expensive pair of shoes. Whatever it is, you don't end up having that excess. I've done the calculations. With how little I'm getting from the government, I'm able to cover rent, groceries, and, very occasionally a game or something. I'm not going up or down, I'm kind of stationary with how much I have. Occasionally I'll dip down and then dip up or whatever, but it's pretty level. If I were to, I've calculated based on how much I get a fortnight, I am well below minimum wage. If I were working and had a job and actually got paid, normal job hours, I would be a fucking millionaire. Dude, this shit is so easy. People have so much disposable income without realizing, because they accidentally spend it on things. Like gacha games is a big spender. So yeah, I fear if I were to actually be making, normal people money. No, see, I'd probably... Way to attack me. I'm sorry, Sakura. It wasn't targeted, but it was kind of a buckshot. It was aimed to hit everyone. Yeah, I'd still be doing the HelloFresh because I stream it and I don't like changing my stream schedule. But my other 2 nights and my lunch, I would not hold back. I'd be eating like a king. If only I can think of something engineering related that you can help. Me? Oh, you mean work-wise? I appreciate the thought. Unfortunately, because I'm doing my degree, like I'm starting up with my degree 2nd of March, I can't do any full-time work. It would have to be part-time, which is why I'm looking at like cafe stuff. I'm really hoping I can get some cafe work at the uni, or even just work for the uni. I really enjoyed that when I was I mean, I'm sure I've harped on about it enough, but during my degree at uni, I did a bit of work for the uni, did some research stuff, and that was really fun. Because you guys know 3 Blue 1 Brown. Jax would definitely know it. I presume Sucker has heard of them. But he does maths and physics videos on YouTube. But in order to make his videos more appealing, he created an animation library for Python called Manim, Mathematical Animations. And all his videos are done with that. You'll often see other YouTubers using that as well. You'll notice the style is very similar because it just makes it so convenient. All you need to do is like know how to program. Granted, you need to know how to program, but you know the stuff you can do with it is pretty cool. And it's really great for just kind of explaining engineering and physics stuff in a very nice, pleasant way that helps the students engage. And so my friend and I were hired by one of our lecturers, or actually a few of our lecturers, to do some research into Manim and try and learn it for ourselves and work out, kind of make these pre-done packages where a lecturer trying to teach a specific topic could just kind of, without needing to be able to program, could just kind of input their data or whatever they need to display, and then the animations would play for them. So that's what we were working on, and that was quite fun. It was very difficult what I was doing because I was working on circuit stuff, and so I was trying to like have the circuit display and then get like the Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law and kind of visually show those. But it was really difficult because I was trying to use what are those images that are vectors? Like it's a drawing, a kind of border drawing, but it's defined by vectors. KVL? I think it's KVL. Yeah, so I was using KVLs of the circuits and trying to kind of use that to trace along it, but Manim unfortunately was still a bit too early with that stuff, so I was struggling with a lot that it just wasn't capable of doing. So I personally had some struggles there, but for the most part, it was really fun work. I had my own office in the fucking, like I was up there with the other lecturers and stuff, had an office that I was working from, doing all that stuff, and yeah, that was great. Had a few days where I was on a Discord call with friends doing yoga on the office floor.
Governor, you're still cooking.
Yes, sir.
Smells banging. Smells, as one might say, delicious.
Yeah.
Fajitas?
Yes.
Oh, my favourite.
That chicken is fucking scrumptious.
Oh, it looks good.
Go on, have a piece.
Go on, do you mind? Good man. Oh!
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking hell. that shit.
Uh-huh.
Who's mud cake?
Licious. Feel free to have some.
Oh, something to put in there. Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
Go. He was in The Hobbit, you know.
Yeah, he was the leader of the
Yeah. Oh, shit.
town of humans. What?
Lake Town.
Water Town.
Lake
Water,
Town,
Water
yeah.
Town. Lake Town. That's the
Mayor of Lake Town, yeah.
Yeah. Got there in the end.
Nice. Do donkey, what the fuck? I'll do donkey, that'll do. What's Mythos about then?
It's literally just,
Mythology.
Greek mythology.
Yeah.
It's just the line. He's just gotten all the stories, put them in chronological order, and he's just telling them as a story.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's a theologian, isn't he? Even though he's an atheist.
Yeah, I think he just kind of likes the mythologies. Like me, I'm an atheist. I love mythologies of all kinds. Even fucking Christian mythology. I think that's...
Yeah. Fucking crazy shit in there. That's what I mean. People respected it as a story.
Yeah, it's literally a story made to entertain people with giving a few life lessons. It's not fucking... It's,
Yeah,
it's
Lord
not
of the Rings does that.
Yeah, it's quite literally like Lord of the Rings.
It's literally Lord
it kind
of the
of
Rings,
gives you some... That's the thing, is like it's got some sections where it's like you should live this way because it's good to do
It's
that.
good to do that, yeah.
And everyone went, oh well, the entire thing must be telling me exactly what to do.
Must be gold.
And then they grab the bad stuff and they
Right.
twist it and they translate it and
It's fucking mad.
yeah.
It's only used for control, isn't it? And violence.
Hey, welcome in, Maina. How you going? Damn, I keep overcooking one side and undercooking the other. Oh well. These things happen. We're nearly there. One more. I look forward to eating. How have you been? I should probably get people to do Excel filing jobs for me. The amount of Excel tools I want to make for work. Making tools with Excel? That's crazy. I've been recently doing a bit of Google Sheets work myself. Did some stuff for Mum. Knocked her up a massive sheet to keep track of some things. And then I did the same for myself for a video game. Google Sheets and, Excel, of course, are very versatile. There's a lot of stuff you can do with them. Crazy shit I did last year at Excel was mapping out all the entrances in a building. That is certainly something that you can do, I guess. Putting in the entrance status according to type of visitors. Alright, don't let it fucking roast, please. If I type owner, the status should show that the owner is allowed to use all entrants. That's pretty neat. Yeah, all of my Excel skills, Google Sheets, which is pretty transferable to Excel, comes from video games. Not necessarily myself making. Well, I have made a few sheets for video games, but it's mostly like other people having massive calculators, and I just kind of, use them and look through them and kind of try and understand them. It helps. All right, finally. I don't think I'm going to fold these up. These seem a bit dry. feel like the smoky aioli should have gone down first, but that's right. It can just go down now. Oopsies.
God, they actually look so good. I'm very jealous of this.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I've been cooking it for like over 2 hours now.
Good point. Yeah, every time I walk in, you fucking have to cook this actually.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you. Welcome back yourself.
Thank you.
You're halfway there with a haircut.
I'm not trying to go bald like you.
Hey, look, there was no effort required with this.
I can imagine.
I just rang it in. Boom, done. Hello.
Oopsies.
Did you feed her?
No, I have not. So she's rightfully
She rightfully
asking for
yells. Okay.
finally.
I cannot tell the difference with this cat.
Yeah, it's she's really good at pretending.
What an little cheeky man. Oh, good on you. What's on the menu?
Chicken fajitas.
It looks very Mexican.
Yeah. Looks very tasty. That's what matters to me.
You have the right priorities in mind.
Mm-hmm.
There are some local eggs. Well, actually, not local from here.
Definitely not. Oh wait, no, it's an old packet. Never mind. It's gonna say we have that brand up. Yonder.
So what about the farm? Like I was saying, you could see the fire?
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, you could see the fire from
Yeah, we've got
Wow.
I could show you. It's 25 kilometres away due west, which is not the direction we
So,
wanted.
how did you feel?
It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but so that was the photo from Peter's place, which is British back in my place. So that was maybe 25k.
It looks like your place almost.
Yeah. So Peter's place. Yeah. I'm just the next house up.
That's a fire, hey?
Yeah, it was over that way.
Wow. Gives me goosebumps to see that. Gives me goosebumps to
Mm.
see that.
Yeah. Or,
Reminds me of the 2019 fires. They came right up to the edge of our property.
oh, geez,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were very destructive up there.
That's a friend. Is it White Tower? I don't know the name of the place. There was, I think I've lost it. Like, might have been over 12 people died in that like at that location. But it was like some hippie commune, and they said, and the really scary thing was that he said the first fire came through, like, like there was a fire that came through, and later the second fire came. Because the first one was the underbrush, but then the next one got the trees over the top, and so and that's not what people. It was like the idea that you can have a bushfire,
Yeah.
and then a couple of weeks later you get another one.
Yeah,
That's-
that sounds pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
But is there much you can do?
Not really.
Just get out of it.
Try and keep yourself safe and hope it doesn't burn down your property.
Yeah, because the lake came down was on Thursday, whenever it was.
Yeah.
The neighbours got out as well.
There is your standard fire practice of, keeping trees away from your house, keeping the lawn short,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
Just around your house?
Hmm?
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Yes,
go all
it
the
is.
way
Yeah,
out.
there's not much there to actually catch fire. But
Yeah.
might give it a little bit more of a drive to redo the outside and change it all to hemp. Because right now it's just logs. But they're actually been painted in oil. Now that I think about it. so that's probably the best. With that darkish finish, it's just been painted with oil.
Yeah.
Is that a protective thing? Yeah.
But the idea is to have a certain distance from the house up until somewhere where it's clear, right? Or that the fire wouldn't go any further than that clearance area.
Yeah.
So I guess it's hard.
Yeah, we didn't know what my place is like at all.
It's very accessible.
To fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we head up there again. Might head up on Friday and start doing more fire protection stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was doing other things and probably trying to get. Because all those taps were kind of set up to set up sprinklers,
Oh, yeah.
so you can just spray the whole area. But you also need to get water off in the dam to have water to do that with.
Yeah.
So lots of things.
It's scary. So the people who lost the homes, does everyone have a mandatory insurance? No.
No, it just depends.
Yeah.
It just depends.
And probably after the fire it's going to go up a lot as well.
Yeah. And so with your place with the fires, did you stay at the house with the fire coming in, or did you just got out?
The three of us left, brother, nanny and I.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the most part we were up in the Gold Coast, staying in our apartment, but mum, wanted to stay and protect the property, and we couldn't really convince her otherwise, so she was there pretty much up every night. I mean, we were there for a chunk of it. Had to do the full wet bandana around the mouth so you're not breathing in the ash. That was a classic, waking up middle of the night because it gets brighter. You got to be wary of that.
So how, from the moment it started up until you left, do you know how much time it passed? How much time did you have to prepare or make a decision?
I mean, preparation and decision, you kind of want to have a lot of them pre-done because you don't really, it's hard to know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
That fire spread so far that, it started nowhere near us. So it was the case of we didn't know it would come towards us until, it did. And by then, you kind of just have to jump into action.
Yeah.
I'd say around us it probably lasted a few weeks.
A few weeks.
If memory serves. I don't really remember. It was back in 2019, so a few years ago now. But yeah, it was quite the blaze around that area.
Yeah.
We all had our, fire watch apps on our phones, constantly monitoring them to check if any... Because that was the thing, is like, there's always the big blaze, but then there's also a bunch of smaller ones that would crop up.
Yeah.
So we'd be monitoring for anything that would pop up anywhere, and
Yeah.
Because the embers can fly and just start new fires anywhere, and it's like, when the fire starts, depending on how far it can spread really quickly, and it's just pretty scary.
thankfully it couldn't really do too much to us because we're on the side of the mountain and the fire was coming from the other side. So it came up, it burnt the entire top of the mountain range. From our property you could just see this wall of fire. And it did make its way down a little bit, but because fire doesn't tend to travel down too easily, it didn't really do much, although it did, burn properties to either side of us. But yeah, it was just kind of above us for a lot of it. Not good.
You know about earthships as a house design?
I feel like I might have heard of it, but no.
Because they started them in the US in the desert where they get car tires and then they build walls with rammed earth tires and then use that as like a heat bank. And so because it's in the desert, it'll drop below minus 15 at night and 50 degrees in the day.
Yeah.
But then they design the entire house to capture and reprocess all the water, and so grow their own veggies inside, and they line it up so in the winter it'll heat up the heat bank, and so it's just basically designed in a clever way. And so they started that maybe 20 years ago, and then there was 15 years of legal issues to try and get it approved.
Of course.
And so then over here, someone in in one of the fire zones is like, okay, so I'm going to dig the house into the ground. There's no hard facing things, so if any fire does come along, it'll just basically go over the top. And so it's designed the entire house so that it can survive. So he's got the bunker and it gets out there for days or whatever when the fire comes along.
That's pretty cool.
And they finally built one of them after years of council approvals.
Oh, no.
And he just said, you can go out and get a $70,000 kit home and put it up in a day that will just burn in 17 seconds. And that's all fine, but if you go to the effort of doing this thing that is just it won't catch fire, it's specifically designed, you're just not allowed to do it. And it's just,
But of course.
It's just craziness. But the last I heard of that in Australia was about 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, might have been sort of at about the time of the last fires.
I mean, if everyone had houses that didn't burn in the fires, no one would be paying for insurance for it.
Not true. Not true.
Insurance companies like making a lot of money.
Not true. Absolutely. What's going on here?
Are you in a conversation? Are you in a conversation?
No.
I can never tell. No.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, my headphones were on the sound blocking mode, so I tried to unblock it. It made the noise, but it didn't actually change anything about it. But
So are you listening to something right now?
yeah, I've got music playing.
Okay.
I've got music playing for both me and them, just to kind of fill in the spaces of no noise.
You have the microphone off, maybe.
No, the mic's on. They can hear everything. They've been listening in.
Here we have some Tasmanian olive oil.
Jesus.
Tasmanian olive.
Tasmanian olive oil.
Do you have a lot of olives grow there? Do you have a lot of olives grow there?
In some places, yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty
well.
good. Do you even meet Ed Ashbolt? No, he might not have. His family's got an olive farm.
Oh, really?
Although that's not from him. From someone else.
I'm surprised that olives grow well down there because it's not very Greek climate, you wouldn't think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, not true, but yeah, I guess some places.
I guess olive trees are pretty hardy.
Yeah, and they can they can sometimes have problems with with frosts getting it if it's an early frost. Yeah,
Does it taste different?
I think so.
Because it says cold climate olive oil.
Well, I imagine that'll last us a while. Oh god, that must be under a lot of pressure to pull up the oil like that.
It's just a big, oh yeah. They just filled it up with it, I suppose.
That's interesting. Really small.
Some olive oil sample.
Yeah, well, did you visit your friend Ed?
No. Oh, he lives up here, but he just says his family's just got the olive farm and elderberries. And
That's
elderflowers.
nice. So
Yeah.
they grow elderberries too,
Yep.
don't they?
Probably going to have to get an oil pourer for one of those bottles because that's a bit of an inconvenient thing to be using trying to pour oil in a pan.
Yes. Sure. We'll just find another bottle.
Or you can use
I guess we
one
could
of
just
those
cut
rose
out
oils.
the top of that because that's just a bit of rubber.
Yeah. These ones you can pull out.
Can you?
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, these ones pull out pretty easy.
Oh yeah, alright.
You can order.
But yeah, if you want to sample some of the olive oil. Just, I suppose. Yeah.
Let me dip the
Just-
corner of my
Yeah,
bread.
There you
Tastes like olive oil.
go.
I can confirm.
It's not lying. I mean, I tried to brine the olives here once they're growing. No, didn't work. It takes forever.
Mum actually had some down there and she said all she did was just basically pack them completely with salt.
Yeah.
And you just let it sit there for a while and the salt draws
These
out.
are homemade olives from Swag,
Oh,
so
nice.
feel free to crack into them.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
So she's done her. Okay.
Seemingly, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I've heard it's just a kind of tedious process. It just takes a long time of waiting.
Yeah. Changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how you do it. But,
I tried it. They just grow moldy.
that's all we want.
Yeah. How is it? Yeah.
Very good.
It's good. Is
Mhm.
it from the same package but with new chicken?
Yep. That's the one.
Hang on, did you get another one this week?
The pack of chicken was twice the volume that I needed for these, so I just kind of split it in half.
Okay. So you didn't get one this week? Yeah.
What kind of pasta are you doing?
The one that looks like a butterfly. You know the one?
The bow tie ones?
Yeah. I'm like, who came up with the idea to make a noodle form like that? It's wild.
I still reckon that spirals are the best.
Because you can jam a lot of sauce into this pho.
I guess, but I just find them the tastiest shape. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I don't like the penne because I'm like...
I was gonna say I followed second by penne. I like them. 'Cause they're just funny tubes, and you just kind of, I don't know, use them as straws.
Oh no, you're gonna have the right sauce for it, otherwise that's why I like... That's why I like spirals. I like the bow tie, they're kind of funny. I like their... For whatever reason they exist in that shape, because... Like, does a machine make them? You know, do you cut them? And then, like, oh, why? So many
Who
questions.
knows?
Yeah, but I only make 3 dishes pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
With rice. Oh, I just eat a lot of sourdough. Yeah.
Honestly, pretty good meals in my opinion. I'm a big fan of noodle, rice, and sourdough.
The carbs. They are.
I should get back into baking.
Do you
Fresh
bake
sourdough
bread?
is so nice.
Do you bake bread?
I have.
That's
I don't do it often, but I've done it before.
That's pretty... The fresh sourdough is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We had some during Christmas, and some Germans had perfected their recipe. It was just like this massive sourdough, it was just full of air and beautiful. It made me very happy.
When it's like fresh, warm, crusty outside, soft inside, and you just like line it with butter and just devour it. Oh, the entire loaf gets done in like 20 minutes.
Oh, it's dangerous.
It never lasts.
Is it Mother Baker? Did you just learn it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of it came with the territory of cooking and doing it on stream. Because I have a redeem where if you watch long enough, you accumulate channel points, and then you can redeem a baking stream where they will request a particular dessert, like bake something. I mean, it can really realistically be anything, but intended to be baked stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go get the ingredients and then do a stream baking, and just kind of would do that every now and then.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then Dad also loves sourdough,
Yeah.
and he got himself sourdough starter.
Yeah.
So he just had a bowl of that going for ages, and he'd occasionally make a small bread, but he'd often do like a sourdough pizza, where he'd do he'd just spread out the sourdough as a pizza base and do all his random toppings on it, and that was always very nice. So when I was with him, I just kind of went ahead and made a sourdough loaf, and it disappeared instantly as it goes.
Yeah, cool. Is your dad living around that area too?
He's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
He's further out west though now, but he was living along the coast for a while.
Yeah. Cool. Are you looking forward to Yakov coming back?
To who coming back?
Yakov.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe.
It kind of gets me to do stuff. It helps.
Oh, yeah. Like,
We I don't know, we'll just occasionally go for a walk to Woolies or go somewhere, do something,
Yeah.
do a project out back.
Yeah.
It helps to, get me out of my room, because otherwise, I just end up sitting in there all day and it's not good.
Do you enjoy it? Oh, does it kind of does it get you in? I don't know, that wasn't a real question, but does it draw your attention?
Kind of. I like doing stuff. I just lack the motivation to start.
Yeah.
And I like doing stuff with other people because, A, there's the motivation, and then B, you can kind of bounce ideas off each other.
Yeah.
So it's fun building stuff with someone
Yeah.
because you can work out, the best way to build it. I mean, we built those. We mostly built those veggie gardens together.
Yeah.
I did the majority of the work because he was at work
Yeah.
often, and Saturdays someone would have something on that would stop them from being able to work on it. So it ended up mostly being me, but we kind of came up with the plan and started it
Yeah.
together and did a lot of the digging together.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was good. You know, we've just kind of done a few projects like that. Like, we've been trying to... Because I've got the 3D printer out there, the resin printer.
Yeah.
But there's two types of resins you can use with it. Standard stuff and
Yeah.
the water washable stuff.
Yeah.
The water washable stuff, as the name suggests, once the print's done, you can just rinse it off in water and you're good to go.
Yeah.
When I first got the printer, got 2 bottles of each. I've since used up the water washable stuff because for the standard resin, you need an actual resin cleaning vat and a drying thing.
Oh,
And
yeah, okay.
it's a lot more stuff, and I just never got that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't used it in years because of that. But we've been working out ways to kind of fudge our own version. So we've got some pet containers, like
Yeah.
pet food holders, that we're gonna, you know, turn into washing stations
Yeah.
and
So you want to use the resin?
yeah,
Yeah.
be able to use the printer with the ink that I currently have. So yeah, we just need to get ourselves a big bottle of ethanol, but yeah, we've been working on that, trying to work out how to do it without actually just buying the hundreds of dollars worth of actual cleaning station.
Oh, yeah, yeah. DIY.
Yeah, pretty much. That's been good.
As a YouTube thing.
No, just kind of guessing at it. And also, we haven't started it, but someone has redeemed, Jax has redeemed dessert time. I'm going to be making a Chinese New Year pineapple tart at some point.
Oh my god, that sounds... Say that again.
Chinese New Year pineapple tart.
Well, Chinese New Year's coming up.
It is indeed. When is Chinese New Year? It's in February, right?
17.
17th of Feb.
Yeah, I'm gonna see my family. That's why I don't... Yeah. Chinese pineapple tart.
Sounds pretty good to me.
That sounds like I have no clue.
I think I've had it before.
Yeah?
It's pretty good.
Is it like a mooncake?
I guess it would be kind of like a mooncake. It'd be like a mooncake with pineapple chunks, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the pineapple's cooked, it loses that acidicness, and it's just sweet, and it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Have that with tea, very nice combo. I'll
love
keep that in
these, mate.
mind. Oh, they were fucking divine.
Smell amazing.
Yeah,
Pretty jealous.
it was good stuff.
Corn on the cob as well.
Yeah.
HelloFresh is not bad.
No, I'm quite happy with it, honestly. The quality of the food's been pretty good. I don't have to go shopping for it, I don't have to portion any of it, I don't have to plan it.
So easy.
Yeah. And it's cheaper than ordering out. And, you know, when I buy organic food, it's cheaper than going to Woolies myself, so...
Yeah. Yeah, Woolies is pretty expensive.
Do you go to Sackers at all?
I've heard of that.
So-
I go to Aldi, normally.
Because there's either where